Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my new F1 series, guys. Welcome to F1 2021, my team career mode. As you can see, guys, we're just doing the shoe accountant bits of this career mode. Just typing in all my my details for the career mode. Just typing in how we doing, guys. Welcome to a new game, a new start for this new game, and we will be getting into the car customization soon. I'd just like to let you know before, guys, I've gone with a little bit of more added storyline. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a totally blacked out car, and basically we're going on the premise that we haven't had the resources to paint the car or have like a flashy suits or whatever until a couple maybe four races in. So that's the kind of premise we're going for. So we couldn't afford to splash out lots on everything else, but we got the car done. We couldn't really spoil the liveries and stuff at the moment, but our team name is going to be called, as it was last year, Rumsey Racing. I did try and maybe come up with another one, but I had no ideas at all. But obviously you can see on the team details screen here, we're going to go for the end of goal, which is as a team achieve 2 points finishes during a season, because obviously I'm usually a bit dog when it comes to start of games. We're gonna go for Echo with a 4.6 million bonus, so that's always a good thing. For the power unit, we was thinking of going Renault as we did last year, but we're gonna bite the bullet and go Honda. I know it hurts, like obviously Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes and I love Mercedes, but I had to go Honda because it's the better power unit. So as a teammate, we was looking around, we could have just changed, we could have put one in there, but we're going to go Artem Markelov, because in this game we've got the Focus, which is the new kind of attribute, is key this year. So that's what we're looking for in any other drivers we drive in getting the career mode. But in the career mode, guys, we've now got the legends as well, because I bought the highest edition, and maybe if we save up some pennies we can have a legend teammate, which would be quite cool. As you can see, guys, we've gone with the blacked out livery purely because we're gonna string it along like we didn't have the money to paint the car. So we're gonna leave that to the next couple of races. But it does look pretty sick. You might see it change during the next race, maybe a different, or almost a different colour also. But yeah, we're gonna make our logo now. Obviously, as it always was, it was the R for Rumsey Racing. If you could duplicate it and do a double one, that would be even better, but at the moment we couldn't. So yeah, so that's how the car looks in the background at the moment, and we're just copying the designs because obviously from I haven't played multiplayer yet. Hopefully there'll be a multiplayer soon, but we can just go to this cutscene and I'll be right back.
Hello folks, and welcome to this, a very special edition of Paddock Pass. As you can see, there's no pit lane behind me, and as you can hear, no roar of engines, and that's because they've set me free from the F1 paddock to escape here to the countryside and to the headquarters of Formula One's newest team. Now, it's not every day we get to pull back the curtain and look behind the scenes at an F1 team. Rarer still that we get to talk not only to the team owner, but also the team's lead driver. But what makes this place extra special is that the owner and lead driver are one and the same person. Now, it's been an interesting 12 months, and we all know a number of the regulation changes which were due to come into effect this year have been delayed until next. Some, though, are still seeing the light of day, amongst them the all-important budget cap, which gives some of the smaller teams a little further down the order, potentially, the opportunity to compete with the bigger teams. Good for them, but great for us as viewers. But what does our new team owner think about these new rules? Do they see them as a challenge, a hurdle that needs to be overcome? Perhaps they see them as an opportunity to disrupt the status quo, a chance to come out swinging and to carve their name into Formula One history. Well, I had the opportunity to ask them these very questions just earlier today, and here's what they had to say. Well, first of all, thanks so much for inviting us here today. It's been wonderful to see behind the scenes. As you might expect, I've got about 1 million questions, so let's jump straight in. It's been a long time since we last saw a team owner take their own car onto the track, and the sport's changed enormously in the intervening years. How are you going to handle the responsibilities of both managing and driving for a Formula One team? Let's talk about your teammate. Now, it's clear they're excited to have signed with you, so you've obviously been putting a lot of work into the car. I know it's early days, but how do you expect it to feel out there? Most of the other teams can boast years of experience in Formula One. Ultimately, your success this season is going to come down to whether you can take positions from the other drivers. What is it about your car that's going to... And finally, with so many specialist departments working... Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful to get an insight from you and, of course, to see around the headquarters. Thank you for today. Really appreciate it. And thank you all at home for watching as well. We'll see you very soon.
So basically for this, the last screen, guys, basically was on, Will Buxton was asking us what we feel areas of our facility are best. So I tried to keep it aerodynamic side with a bit of engine as well. As you can see on the screen in front of us, we are spending all our resource points to do our upgrades, to carry on the car, you know, to beast it up a bit. As you can see here, we're looking at our activity timeline, and we're just putting in a driver camp for our second driver and for Artem Markelov, basically to boost him up, because obviously the options I put on the start of the career mode, everything's going to be increased for him, and I'd say decreased for me, so it makes it harder for me to get the acclaim level and get the cash to upgrade the car. As you can see in the screen here, just reading any unread messages that we haven't about facility upgrades, and we're just going to advance the timer now, and we're going to get to the car reveal. And obviously you guys have seen the car, but maybe a little wow in the background for how good it looks, but you know. As we come back to the screen now, guys, we are just fast forwarding the timeline, as now it pops up a personal event. So this is the option where it gives us to upgrade Markelov's pace or his awareness. So I thought, because of the start of the career mode, we're going to do his pace, so he'd been much faster in the race. So that was a thing to look about. So now, guys, we're going to go to the race weekend. Here we go. So guys, as we're going to go into qualifying here, we're going to go with our old trusty setup we pretty much always use in any race on a Formula 1 game. We're going to go 3-3 on wings, and we're going to set our tyre temperatures low. You should really set the tyre temperatures low when in wet weather, but it sometimes kind of works in the dry as well, depending on what track we use. Obviously, we're just going to save the setup so we don't have to keep badgering about over the course of the season. But as you can see here, we're going to go into Q1, guys. It might be a bit too loud. I've got to edit the audio settings, but we're going to start our first flying lap. As you can see, the car looks pretty good under the lights of the beams of Bahrain. You know, doesn't look too bad. Actually, as we're going through the first sector here, we're going to go to this little hairpin here, get a bit tight. As you can see during the gameplay of this first episode, guys, the car on the curbs the handling model's a lot better. Is the best it's ever been in a Formula 1 game. As we're going to strap on the DRS now, go down the straight. We're looking okay. We're not looking amazing. We're looking okay for now. It's a benchmark for what the car can be. As you can see, it's kind of squinty on the curves. You can see I'm correcting the car all the time. And through here is probably the worst I've ever drove on an F1 game. You'll see in the race as well, I constantly have to slow down on that corner because I can't take it full beans, you know. I always have to start correcting myself as we're coming up second to last corner now, driving up to the line, deploying full beans, and we're gonna get 5th. We get P5, and then we end up dropping to P14. So we go through to Q2. As we're jumping into the Q2 lap now, we're halfway through the lap here. A much better lap, I'd say, than the first lap, or pretty much identical as I felt on the first lap. I think as we go here, we go a little bit early here into this long left-hander to the right. As you can see, I just about keep it there. That's when I was starting to get confident, you know, because I'd done a lap before at the end of Q1 and I didn't get any faster times. As you can see, I'm starting to feel a bit more confident in the car as we turn in early for the last corner here. As we're getting ready to strap on DRS. Get on DRS. I don't know if it's going to be a much improvement, but we go P6. We go P6 that time. And unfortunately, guys, we're out of qualifying.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula 1 World Championship. Formula 1 returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula 1 underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Vettel, Leclerc, Stroll and Carlos Sainz, Gasly, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, William, Ocon, Raikkonen, Artem Markelov and Antonio Giovinazzi, Russell, Mick Schumacher, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
As we go into the setup screen, guys, we're going to set up for the race. We're going to lessen the fuel so we get a bit of a better start. We're going to go to the alternate strategy and go soft, medium, medium. And because it's the start of the game, I feel like we get more profit from it. As we go free wings, as we're going to go down to 5 red lights for my 2021 My Career Mode, my team. Here we go. We get a bit of a laboured start here. Smack on the ERS. breeze past Tsunoda here, breeze past Gasly as well, coming over to sides. He's pushing us over to the side. As you can see in this shot here, we go down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, getting a bit squeezy, also getting Carlos Sainz as well. What a start that was. As we move on to the same lap, we've got Carlos Sainz behind us now, and we've had a pretty decent start. We're just chasing Lando Norris now. The car's feeling okay, it's feeling good. I don't suspect we're going to be here for the whole race, but as you can see, as we turn into this corner, as I was saying earlier, guys, it is hard. This handling model is rough to handle, guys, and it's weird. It's weird to handle at times, but it feels good. It feels the best it has ever been. As we're going to go on the same lap, down the outside, swoop around the outside the Lando Norris onto the main straight, and what a pass that was. Probably the best pass of the season so far. And all we're going to do now is chase after Hamilton and the 2 Red Bulls. They're looking racy. Also, we're on a quick lap at the moment. Hopefully we can get somewhat near them and maybe stay up the front at the edge of this race. Obviously, we don't know how the car's going to be this season. I've turned up all the difficulty that I can, that can give it the best viewing experience for you guys, so we can be very racy and stuff. As you can see, I'm using a lot of my ERS to stay up with the big boys. I shouldn't really, because it's wearing down the components of the car, but you know what, you only live once. Let's do this. As we now go to lap 5, guys, we're seeing Hamilton get really close to the Red Bulls. As we on that same lap, he's going to go swoop round the outside 3 wide and get the move done. As you can see me in the background, nearly getting passed by Norris here, and we get a bit squeamish on the corner, and he makes the move stick. And we tried to go around the outside here, think much better of it, and we're in P5 now. We've got a lot of thinking to do, and how we're going to manage for the rest of this race. As of now, we move on to lap 6. The tyres have had it. We tried to get a bit of a slipstream there going into the pits, so we could speed up a bit, if you know what I mean, get a cheeky toe while going into the pits. As you can see now, we're going to go strap on the mediums, as I said at the start of the race, and we're hitting and hope where we're going to finish, guys. It's all about middle race management. How far can we go into the race? Hopefully, what we're really hoping for is a safety car, really, as we're going to come out in P20, not really where we wanted to be. It's obviously because we weren't fast enough, so we can't be any more further up the field, you know. So we're pretty much doing the best with what we've got at the moment. I hope you guys like the black livery. Obviously, we're going to have it for two or 4 races. I'm not too sure yet, and then we'll change it up for you guys. We might change it for Monaco, actually, so it might be 2. As we go around the outside here of Nikita Mazepin on this corner that I've dreaded the whole weekend, and what a pass that was. The same lap, we go down the outside of George Russell, and I think you know what's coming, guys. A triple overtake in 2 corners. Ran the outside, a lot of them. That is the best combination of moves I've had all season, and it's only the first race. As we go to lap 13 now, the safety car is out, and I believe it was Giovinazzi that pulled up with an issue. And yeah, now we've got to wait to the safety car. We was doing pretty damn well. We're back up to P13, but I mean, anything's going to be good for us bringing the pack together. But the thing is, I did have a lot more juice in these tyres, so it's going to save the tyre durability a little bit, but we've just got to see how things go. We're going to make up a lot of positions here, but as we're going to go round the outside of Vettel here, can we get out past the safety car line way before, I mean the pit exit line way before, so we've got to give the position back to him. Get a bit off the track here, trying to get past. As you can see in the background here, you can see me weaving the car, trying to get life and heat into the tyres so we can get a jump on Vettel that we couldn't do at the start of the safety car period. As we're going to go, he gets a bit of a jump on us, but we put on the ERS here, and he's a wily old fox, is Vettel. He's going to try to go down the inside of Max Verstappen. We tried to go around the outside of both, but we thought much better of it here. A bit of contact between me and Norris, but I think it's okay. The damage simulation is on simulation, so we're going to lose it if we lose it. But we go around the outside again. That's my most favoured move of Vettel here, and what a pass that was there. It was absolutely amazing how we passed. Making passes on these cars is career mode, unreal. As you can see out in front, we've got a tussle between the top four here. We've got Alonso being passed by Sergio Perez round the outside. Great move that. He'll be pleased with that one. And Hamilton's going to make a move on him as well, which he also did. And then me, I'm going to get toe off all of them and go past all of them. What? What are the scenes of this? I actually got that much speed there and got past them. As you can see now, I'm in P3 after all that mayhem. But you can see, guys, on the tyre simulation, look, I'm going wide, I'm losing time, and we're only on lap 18. As Vettel's going to make a move on us, tried to make a move on us down the outside. He just nearly gets it, and we brake before we tap wheels there. We go around the outside, and we're still in P3. But on that same lap, I feel like I'm going to box and put on a strap on a set of the medium tyres again, as I was told to, and see where we can come. We're going to lose some points, but to be fair, at the start of this race, we didn't think we was going to get any because of the situation with the car. We didn't know how quick it was going to be and how good it would handle, if you know what I mean. I mean, the handling model is unreal in this game. It is challenging but unreal. Also, we have strapping on the set of the medium tyres again. As I said before, we're going to come out. We're in P6 at the moment. Luckily, 3 of the cars behind have pitted. So we've only lost 1 place. Just about to lose 2 places at the moment. So we're coming still out in the points. It said we was going to come out in P12, which I looked in earlier laps. And we're in P8 now. So we can get better. We can improve upon that. Which it's been a solid... The first stint was solid, like, you know, like we wasn't too slow. We was all right for our first race of this season, the first race for this team in this universe. It's been pretty damn all right. We've done all right. As we're just trying to catch up to Gasly, we're literally eking everything we can out the tyres now. We can literally put full beans and just race, see what happens. As we got Ricciardo behind there. 0.6 seconds, and we need to be careful that he doesn't try and pass here. We just need to stay on the front foot and not fall too far behind. We're still in 8th at the moment. We're chasing Gasly at the moment. As you can see, them curbs, I'm still struggling to get power down whilst going through the corner onto the curbs. That was this corner was much better than the other rest of the race. I mean, I made that nice move on Mazepin around the outside, but teammates in the pits. Markelov goes in the pits, so we're going to at least make a position up there. And he's done quite well this race. He hasn't done too bad. So there are R&D points in the acclaim we've put into him. We actually go a purple sector there. We've done pretty damn well. As we go back up to 6th now and make a diving move down Pierre Gasly. What a move that was. And late on the brakes, absolutely amazing. As we go to 2 laps later, Daniel Ricciardo's chasing us behind. We get on the curb. We go out on the blue tarmac and just about keep it in here. Daniel Ricciardo goes down the inside, tries to get the outside line, and we just knock him off and keep the move as we move on to lap 29 of 29, guys. The further 5 or 6 laps before, nothing happened. Just that Stroll and Gasly and Ricciardo behind got closer and they didn't make a move. As you can see, Stroll here, he's got DRS, but he can't really do anything because of this tyre strategy that I'm on. As I got a bit wide, the tyres are showing signs of giving out now, but at least we've made it to the final steps of the race. We've made it to the last lap, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I must have recorded this about 4 or 5 times purely because as Stroll tries to go down the outside, we keep the move. He goes out and he's binned it. He's binned it as we look behind. We've got Gasly to worry about now and Verstappen behind as well. We strap on the ERS, and as Valtteri Bottas wins the race, we keep the position, nearly knocking him out as well. We collide with him. But as I was saying, guys, yeah, I must have recorded this about 6 or 7 times. My Elgato is quite old now, and it can't record in hour segments, so I've had to do it in 10-minute segments. And also, guys, at the ending of the race, I'd just like to say I've been having some really personal stuff going on lately, so if there's not a lot of uploads, I do apologise, but I'm going to try and overcome it and just get them out for you guys. But we crossed the line, P5 on our first outing, and it's pretty damn decent. I believe 10 points for the team. We should be proud, and we get driver of the day. What a result. Absolutely unreal result. We drove our heart out there. We drove our heart out.
Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. Takes the top spot.
As we go to the final classification here, you can see it in front of your eyes. We've got me, P5, and Artem. He finished in 14th. That ain't too bad. So we're not a bottom running team. We've actually hit the ground running, and we've done quite well for ourselves. And you can see the acclaim level is going to go up for me. I'm level 2. Artem's level, and I get deduction for damage, and I don't know where I got the damage. It must have been the side pods from all the tussling I was doing with the other guys. But we go to a personal department event, and it is for Team Acclaim. So I believe it's a series behind the scenes, kind of like Drive to Survive, and we just pressed yes for Team Acclaim. Obviously, we're not going to do anything until the next episode. I think we're going to look at updating some of the parts in the R&D department. We had something foul on the rear under tray to make the car lighter. So any points we have, I literally just press square for recommended ones, and I do them ones. Obviously, you can see the gearbox material fouled as well. So we spent all our points there. But guys, if you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, smack the bell down below. Thank you guys for being patient with me these last couple of weeks. And guys, thank you for viewing the video. You're all amazing, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.